Right now at 5 o'clock, our first big snowfall of the season comes early, and WHAS11 viewer Rich Ammon launched his drone today to show you some scenes along the Ohio River. That's the captain's quarters area there, really looking like a postcard. That's because this snow may have closed schools today, but it really was the perfect snow, and it certainly is beautiful. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us tonight at 5 as we're going to bring you team coverage of the snowfall on this wintry day. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard. Those pictures look like artwork, huh?
Yes.
Chief Meteorologist Mallory Snell joins us first here at 5 with some impressive snow totals for Kentuckiana, Mallory.
Yes, Connie, really that heavy snow band lined up right around the Louisville metro area and into southern Indiana overnight. The bulk of this snowfall really fell between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. We had some snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour, and that really allowed this to accumulate quickly. The Louisville airport coming in on top with 4.8 inches of snowfall from this system. A little bit of an outlier, but many of us across the Louisville metro picking up anywhere between 3 to 4 inches of fresh powder overnight. Some lower amounts in areas like Vine Grove, 2.5 inches, 2 inches in Frankfort, and 1.5 inches in E-Town. Of course, this is not representative for these entire towns or cities. They're just one measurement that we received from that particular area. But we're taking a live look outside from our IU Southeast camera. This is in Scottsburg. You can see a snowy scene up there as well. Temperatures have been cold all day. We were right around that freezing mark when the snow was falling, and then temperatures actually dropped this morning. And we've been sitting in the 20s for most of the day, really ever since. Our hourly planner, of course, staying chilly. Winds are fairly light, thankfully, and these temperatures will continue to slowly but surely drop here into the lower 20s overnight with some patchy freezing fog possible. So expect some slick spots on the roads tomorrow morning as the kids head back to school. It's going to be cold, but we are expecting some melting and some sunshine by the afternoon with those highs in the mid to upper 30s. We'll talk much more about what you can expect for the rest of the work week. That's coming up in our 7-day forecast.
Thanks, Mallory.
So, Connie, I thought the road crews did a pretty good job once the day started getting going.
Yeah, they absolutely did a great job in the greater Louisville area. That includes southern Indiana. We want to check in with Ian Hartwood.
That's right. He has been covering the folks in New Albany and Jeffersonville area. Ian, how are things looking here as we're now just after 5 o'clock?
Doug, it actually looks great out here in New Albany, Indiana today. If you want to take a look at the road right now, I mean, people are whizzing by just fine, even waving to the cameras over here. The snow looks more like a decoration here in downtown New Albany, a winter wonderland. It's just enough snow that it's not really going to stop you in your tracks, but it might stop and make you think.
He loves it.
Even without gloves.
He loves the snow.
Samuel Cooley's keeping it cool.
Your hand's getting cold now, huh? Do you want your gloves back on?
It's Sammy's Sagan Snow. A treat for parents Emily Wallace and Samuel Cooley.
She works weekends, and we was just so happy it didn't snow over the weekend, and it finally snowed today. That was God giving it to us.
A God-given day with clear roads in New Albany, Indiana. Floyd County Schools called the day off. The original plan for an online instruction day was plowed by a widespread internet outage, so Christina Roberts
Sorry.
took her two sons, Gavin and Ethan, sledding instead. Even in the packed, powdery snow, the riverfront hills still saw some traffic. Jordan Budwick took out his bicycle, but says it's not so unusual back home near the Adirondack Mountains of upstate New York.
Bicycles and snowmobiles and dirt bikes.
And though it made his tires dirty, the nostalgic view gave him an opportunity to clear his mind.
Taking a moment to myself and, thinking of memories running through my head. It's peaceful, it's quiet. There's something about the sound of nature and stuff sounds different when there's snow covering everything.
The bike sounds different in the snow too, bogged down just enough to make you stop and think before riding down the slushy road ahead.
Get your gloves back on.
But the Coolies can appreciate the slush now, unlike the layers of snow and ice from January.
This is definitely a lot better compared to his last snow. He's loving this one.
Now Trent's biggest worry, Sammy staying in the snow.
It's going to be hard to get him inside. That's what we should just say.
A family snow day they never want to end. Ann Roberts told me earlier the internet was out at her home. That's something a lot of folks in southern Indiana were dealing with today. She went over to the Floyd County Public Library to try their computers, and it was out there too. Live in New Albany, I'm Ian Hardwitt for WHAS 11 on your side.
All right, very good. The streets clear end to end in southern Indiana.
That's right. They look great, right? And Conroy DeLuche was out in Louisville looking at how people were dealing with the winter weather.
That's right. Earlier today, the mayor gave a briefing and said 50 snow trucks were out around Kentuckiana. And Conroy has been looking at how Metro Louisville has been handling the snow removal this time around.
Building a snowman was far from Fred Pizzonia's mind.
We're going to build an igloo.
When the business owner sees snow falling, he has to get to work.
I was glad that I went and got my salt last night, let's put it that way.
The magic of snow days is in the past for some. But at Cherokee Park,
I was like, snow day, snow day, snow day.
There were snowball fights and sledders all over the hills.
Well, we started on the big hill, but it tired them out coming up so much, so we moved over here. They've been down at least probably 8 times now, maybe more.
The best part is having fun going down and hanging out with the people that you love.
For high schooler Henley Newton, this was the first snowfall that she had to drive through.
I kind of lost traction a little bit for a second, so I made sure to just chill out so I wasn't going too fast or anything.
But the trip was worth making new memories.
I took some pictures because I thought it was really pretty.
While kids were out enjoying the park back on Goss Avenue,
A lot of our customers park here, so we make it a priority to clean this thing up too.
Pizzonia is hoping that adults will still come out in the cold. And we are live in downtown Louisville, right in front of Jefferson Square Park, and where Light Up Louisville is going to take place in just a few days. The roads around here in downtown look very clear. There's a little bit of snow, especially if you're looking to park. So if you are coming downtown, if you do need to park, make sure to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room because there is going to be ice, especially in areas where the snow has been packed down. And as Doug and Connie said, we've had a lot of snow plows out today. We've seen several around downtown that have been clearing streets throughout the city. They added new routes. That's what we'll be getting to more later on tonight, especially as these temperatures drop. So while there was a lot of fun earlier today, students head back to JCPS schools tomorrow, and it's still going to be cold. So definitely be careful if you do have to get out on the roads. Live in downtown Louisville with Jessica Farley, Conroy DeLuche, WHAS 11 on your side.
All right, Conroy, good things to keep in mind there. Now, if you have any snow pictures or videos, we want to see them. Send them to the number that's on your screen there, 502-582-7290. Make sure to include your name and where that photo or video was taken.
Now we move to our other top stories for you here tonight. Brand new update this evening, a law firm announcing that they will file the first wrongful death lawsuits on behalf of the victims of the UPS plane crash from November 4th.
This lawsuit will be against UPS, GE, the engine manufacturer, Boeing, and the maintenance company in San Antonio. That's the company our focus team found worked on the plane a month and a half before it crashed. Now, Clifford Law Offices of Chicago, along with Sam Magyar of Louisville, are the law firms involved. Tomorrow morning, those firms will file 2 lawsuits in Kentucky State Court. This is on behalf of the families who lost 45-year-old mother, Angela Anderson, as well as 37-year-old mother, Trina Chavez, who was employed at Grade A Auto Parts. The firms claim that the companies were negligent and that the aviation industry should learn from its mistakes. The law firms will hold a press conference tomorrow at noon with the victims' families.
Phase 2 of the city's plan to reopen the business area shut down by the plane crash is now underway, and part of the stage of this process involves restoring the gas services to businesses after the disaster cut off those services due to pipeline damage. Jody Byman, who's the executive director of Louisville Metro Emergency Services, says that while there have been a few hitches here, Phase 2 is going pretty smoothly.
They were able to safely get 24 businesses their gas service back on Grade Lane. There were a couple of them that didn't pass a pressure test, and they've since contacted contractors to come in and fix that problem so that they can get their gas restored.
Myman says Phase 3 will involve helping businesses in the area conduct operations safely during the third shift. Well, we broke it to you last night at 11:20 as it was happening late and confirmed by UK. They have hired Louisville native Will Stein as the next UK football coach.
Well, Kentucky didn't wait long hiring Stein the same day they fired Mark Stoops. WHAS11 sports director Kent Spencer is here with more on when UK fans will get to meet Stein for the first time. Kent?
Hey guys, yeah, Will Stein's deal at Kentucky is reportedly a 5-year contract. We're going to find out the numbers on that contract in the next few days. In a statement through the school, Stein called this a dream come true. Here is a picture of Will Stein and his family getting off the plane after they arrived in Lexington just a little while ago. Could they show up at a basketball game tonight at Rupp Arena? Remains to be seen. He'll officially be introduced at a news conference tomorrow inside Nutter Fieldhouse, which is right next door to Kroger Field at 4 o'clock. Fans are welcome to attend. This past season at Oregon, Stein's offense averaged 38 points per game, which is good for 9th best in the country by comparison. Kentucky was 101st this past season. Stein has been with the Ducks for the past 3 years. Before that, he was at UTSA and Texas. And let me just say this, it's sometimes a little bit of flip-flop isn't too bad when you look at history, right? Like Stein played football at the University of Louisville. He's going to be the head coach at Kentucky. Howard Schnellenberger played at UK, was the head coach at Louisville. And how about Vince Tyree? Remember, Stein's dad played at UK. Vince Tyree's dad, Charlie, played historic basketball player at U of L. Tyree played baseball at UK before returning to U of L to be an athletics director. Just kind of funny how history kind of works out, sometimes in reverse.
Well, tell us about that Kentucky game tonight. He is expected to maybe come out for the basketball game tonight. It's a late game.
I mean, just a possibility, right? Like he is already in town, massive crowd, massive game.
If he does, the roof is going to be blown off.
You would think he is going to be introed at some point, but he's got a lot of work to do because, look, he's got to hit the recruiting trail. Early signing period begins tomorrow. And of course, he still has to pick out his own coaching staff. And you mentioned it, he's going to coach Oregon's offense throughout the college football playoff. So he's got some double dipping to do.
Okay, and of course, we're going to be covering that game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Sarandon's going down there. All right, thank you,
Thanks, Kent.
Now, of course, Will Stein has a great connection here to Louisville. His mom, Debbie Stein, runs the popular bakery called Sissy Cakes on Fairfax Avenue in St. Matthews, along with her sister, Blakey Martin. Now, we stopped by today and found UK fans packing the place, keeping them busy. Her son wound up playing quarterback at U of L, as Kent just said, but the family is all blue. And by the way, she calls him William.
William has always loved the Cats. He even went to Tubby Smith's basketball camp. We've just always been huge fans.
Orange juice and chocolate chip.
Debbie talked to us and then had to head out for Lexington, where he will be introduced tonight. She told us I'll have more with her and her family's journey to Lexington. Will's dad played football there under the coach, Jerry Claiborne. The story is coming up tonight at 6.
We're looking forward to it. Those sissy cakes are delicious, I tell you. Well, up next, Governor Andy Beshear says the Commonwealth is ready for the snow, the advice he had for the winter season.
But first, the winter season is moving across the nation, and people are dealing with very dangerous conditions that have turned deadly. We'll have more on the big storm right after this.
And here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $90 million. Powerball, $775 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.